Now, ground grading issues have caused havoc for teams, particularly last season in the 6th tier. In the National League North and South, there are a number of teams that couldn't get into the playoffs due to their ground grading issues, which meant that they missed out on opportunities to get promotion. And this season, there's not too much of that going on in the 6th tier, but in the 7th tier, there's one example of it, and it's for a totally different reason. So in this video, we're going to be looking at the unique situation that is happening at Dorking Wanderers. Now, Dorking Wanderers were founded back in 1999, so a very new club, and they started in the Crawley and District Football League, which is a very, very low league in the non-league pyramid, and they've risen up an absurd number of leagues in that time. So many promotions. They were in the Ryman League Division 1 South last season and were successful through the playoffs. They got up to the Bostik League Premier Division via the playoffs. They won on penalties against Corinthian Casuals in the playoff final, and yeah, that got them up to the 7th tier. Now, their ground is called West Humble. They've played there since 2007, and it's quite a small ground. It is on greenbelt land, so basically there are incredibly strict planning regulations, which mean that they can't do basically anything with the ground without getting a massive long drawn out process. Now, they're not the only team that plays in the town of Dorking in Surrey. There is also another team called Dorking FC, and the plan was to move into Dorking FC Stadium. Now, Dorking FC unfortunately had to leave their stadium back in 2014 due to health and safety issues at their ground, Meadowbank, and that's laid abandoned for about 3 years. And the plan was to move into that ground, completely rebuild it, build a 3G pitch and ground share it between those two clubs, as well as Surrey FA as well, use that as their headquarters, and yeah, just be a really good hub of a community. It's located right in the town centre of Dorking, so it's a prime location, and they have planning applications accepted for this new ground, and they planned to move into the ground back in August 2017. Now, that did not happen for a few different reasons. They apparently discovered a landfill site which included some asbestos deposits, and also they found a natural spring, and basically this has pushed the move-in date right back. Started back in August 2017, that was pushed back to November 2017, then to January 2018, now to March 2018, and yeah, right now they're still not going to move in March. Now, really, they have to move into this ground by the end of March, because on the 31st of March 2018, that is when the ground grading inspections take place. Grounds have to be up to the standard of the league by that point to allow the teams to compete in that league next season. If they're in the final for playoffs, they have to be up to a higher standard so they can compete in the playoffs, etc. So yeah, Dorking Wanderers, they're currently sitting in mid-table, 15th place at the time of recording this video. And yeah, comfortably avoiding relegation. Only one relegation spot this year. They're not going to go down mathematically. So that's been a success in terms of staying up in the league. But they're probably going to go down due to the ground. Now, there are health and safety issues at the ground currently, which means that it cannot open because there is still building works going on. There's still scaffolding up. It's not a safe place for supporters, and it's just awkward for them because they've got to now play the rest of the games this season at West Humble again, but that ground is not up to the standard of the 7th tier, so that won't pass the ground grading inspections, which basically leaves them in a situation where they're going to get relegated because of the ground. It's the case of, you look at this and think, well, they're supposed to move in back in August of last year, who is to blame? And the council are blaming the contractors. They failed to get this ground open when it was supposed to, and it's having a catastrophic effect on so many people. It's affecting the club, it's affecting the community, it's affecting Surrey FA because they can't move into the ground now because it's not being completed. So the majority of the ground is now built, the 3G pitch is installed, and pretty much everything is done apart from a few last touches, and the building work is still taking place. That's a significant part, and if they can't get that building work finished before the 31st of March, then they are in serious trouble, and they will be automatically relegated down to the 8th tier. And having worked so hard to get out of that division last season, it must be so disappointing that they face going straight back down. So also the ground itself will include a cafe and a soft play area. So the ground is actually running £1.5 million over budget. It was meant to be built for £6.5 million, but it's currently at £8 million. And Surrey FA, they're contributing £1 million towards it. And Sport England are also contributing £500,000 towards it, because it is really a very good community base. And for them to get the most out of that, they need a club that's playing on it at the highest level possible. Now, Dorking FC, they have actually folded. They don't exist anymore, so it will just be Dorking Wanderers. and yeah, they need a club playing at the highest level possible to really captivate that community. And because of contractors essentially not doing their job properly, the club is going to be in a league lower next season. They'll be down in the 8th tier unless they can somehow get the situation solved within the next 10 days or so. To add to the problem, the moving date was set at the 27th of March, so ahead of that deadline for the ground grading, and that match was against Leatherhead, local rivals. Over 2,000 tickets were sold for that first game in Meadowbank Stadium, but because it's now not open, it's going to be moved back to Westhumble, and a lot of these fans are demanding their money back because, you know, they're not going to see the first game at Meadowbank. They're still going to see the same fixture, it'll just be played at the old ground. Which really does bring up a whole new debate. Should these fans be given their money back just because there's a change of venue? Just shows really that these fans only wanted to be there because it was the new venue. They're not there for the actual football, they're there for just to see the opening of this new stadium. I'm not sure how I feel about that. So you might be thinking, when is the ground actually going to open? Now, the press releases have said that it's just delayed indefinitely. You know, we don't know when they're actually going to move in. There's some reports saying that the club will move in next season at the start of the 2018-19 season, but with the amount of times that the date has been pushed back already, who knows when Dorking Wanderers are actually going to move into their new ground? Do you think Dorking Wanderers are going to somehow manage to move into their new ground ahead of the ground grading inspections? And will they stay in the 7th tier next season? Will the league see this as a special situation and give them a bit of slack and yeah, just let them stay in the 7th tier just on the provisos that they will get this ground upgrade to the end of the season? Or are these regulations absolute concrete? Personally, I think these regulations are concrete, and yeah, I don't see them staying in the 7th tier next year unless they can get their act sorted and get the ground ready. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, then please hit that like button and subscribe to see more videos. Thank you guys so much for 4,000 subscribers. It's insane, the support. It's been unbelievable. It seems like only like yesterday that we hit 3,000 and we're already at 4,000, so that is absolutely awesome. How quickly can we get to 5,000? Can we get there by the end of the season? So that's early May. That would be absolutely awesome if you could do that. If you want to help me, then please hit the like button and subscribe. It means so much to me, and yeah, hope to see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.